This is part 2 of our 2-part series on the social movement known as Solarpunk. Join us while we continue our discussion.
Let's talk about what intuition really is.
Let's look at all the places intuition and ego show up in your life.
Let's share honestly.
Let's do the research.
I'm Jamie Hayhurst.
I'm Heather Wood.
This is the Intuitive Girl's Guide.
This episode will play uninterrupted after a brief message from our sponsors.
You know what goes great with podcast listening?
A great cup of coffee from a great coffee shop.
Yep, beans roasted in-house, amazing baristas. You know where I'm talking about.
Restoration Coffee. Can we go?
Yes, I need an Americano and maybe a panini too.
Ooh, I need blueberry maple latte and probably a resto bowl.
Ooh, yeah. Check them out and visit restoration-coffee.com. Hey, Jane.
Hey.
We're back talking more about Solarpunk.
Mm-hmm.
I think, did I sell you on it yet?
Yeah.
I think you were pre-sold.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. No, I'm in.
I want to talk about the philosophies and the points of it, and I want to do a little dreaming of what could be, because I don't want the only picture in your head of what this could look like to be like the opposite of what is happening.
Okay.
Because I don't think that's actually helpful.
Yeah. No, probably not. I think people need a visual and like something to hope for, or, you know what I mean, work towards. Yeah.
Yes, because like we were saying in the last episode, patriarchy will have you believe that letting go of capitalism, letting go of these patriarchal constructs, and embracing matriarchy will take away all of your conveniences, will make your life way hard. Like,
right.
All of this will happen. And Solarpunk does a good job of saying that's not true. So I want you to envision it that way. All right. I'm going to stick to the main principles, but when we veer, I'll tell you.
Okay.
And then I'm also just going to bring up some things that I think are lacking in the movement, not as a criticism, but as like a sort of call to action. Like, hey, if we focus here, I think this will help.
Okay.
All right. So philosophy 1, renewable energy.
Sold.
So yeah, not hard. And renewable energy is something you know and understand, but it could look very different.
Right.
So let me explain the concept and then we'll talk a little bit about what it could look like. But renewable energy as a society, like using it, more on that in a second, but also like in your own life. So you can still go to the grocery store, but you'd also, there'd be a much more of a focus on growing your own food as well.
Right.
Okay. So it wouldn't be just like the one person in your neighborhood that always has too many zucchinis. It would just be like everybody would be growing their own food and supplementing it with probably more local based stores. We'll get to that. But it's just like it would also happen instead, and it would be easy, and there would be support for it, and there would be access to things that you could use.
Right.
Okay. So it's everything is on a society as a whole and in your own life.
Right.
Not one or the other. Okay. Now, talking about renewable energy, I had a conversation with a friend, shout out to Elaine, who lives in Ireland. We were talking about like solar, and I was trying to explain to her that in the United States, like I have solar panels on my roof, but like I have to rent those, like lease those solar panels from a big company that like I pay them, and then
it's like capitalism's version of it. Yeah,
but that's not how it is in Europe. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that's like that's part of like the government, what they do as a whole. Like you're not paying a company for that.
Correct.
So not everywhere in Europe, but this is an American model that's garbage.
Yes.
Like, and then I saw this like really cool article of about this. It was in Germany, and all these farms creating fences with solar panels. And I just thought, like, how are we just not doing that?
Right, exactly.
Like, it's just...
Because in this country, we literally do the opposite of what makes sense, because that wouldn't make money.
Correct.
Like, that's what I mean about us being rotted by capitalism, is that, like, we're literally given options that don't make sense.
Yes.
Because they don't make money.
Exactly. You're not paying some like big fence company.
Yeah, it's not what I mean. Even like yesterday, at the time of recording was like tax day. It was like, and like we shouldn't have to file our taxes. Like the government knows what we owe. They should send us a bill.
Yeah.
But like, what would all the accountants do?
Exactly.
Well, they'd find another way. That's what like that. The truth is, they would find another way to help us with our money because we probably have more money, and we'd be able to make it. You know what I mean? Like there'd be other things for them to do.
A lot more.
But there are lobbies that work against us.
Yes.
So we have to pay someone or pay like an online thing to have our taxes done when we could just be billed for it.
I think it's really important to frame it the way you just did, where they're working against you.
Yes,
but they're
actively
convincing you it's for you.
Right, and it's not.
Right.
And like, I'm happy to pay my taxes. Like,
of course.
That's how this all works.
That's communal. That's
the part of matriarchy.
Not in the way we do it.
And like have that money not go to like Israel and not go to like genociding countries.
And like, why am I paying more than a billionaire?
Correct.
Like
that's the problem I have with taxes.
Fucked.
Right. Like,
but the idea of taxes
is great.
Is sensible.
Correct. That's the community. That's financial part of community.
Exactly. But those taxes should serve you and your community, and it doesn't.
But you're never going to have fences made of solar panels because who the fuck is going to make money off of that?
Yes.
No one.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Or until someone comes along and does that, and then it's unattainable because it's too much money.
Right.
Like you can't afford it unless you're super rich to have that. Right.
Yeah.
And so then it just undoes and completely defeats the purpose.
Right.
Yes. So the idea, the thing that I want to say so many times that you feel agitated with me, not you don't care if I say it a million times. I mean, listeners, and I won't apologize for, is that doing this would not make your life harder. It would make your life better. It would take away from those few billionaires. It wouldn't even make their life harder, Jamie.
No.
It would, like, it doesn't mean that you couldn't still become a millionaire or you still couldn't flourish in your life like you've been told. It just means that a few people can't hog all
of
resources.
It. Right. At the cost of everybody else, the detriment of everyone.
You personally would do so much, you would flourish, you would have so much more, you would be so much happier, you'd be connected to the earth, you could still use technology, like you're not going backwards.
Still make money.
You would be, you would be operating in a way that actually feels good to you, not working away your life and like having to work 4 jobs to survive. That's ridiculous. So I know I've said it a million times. I will keep saying it. I don't feel bad about it.
No. Well, it seems like you do a little, but...
Well, I can just picture, you know how we're always picturing the imaginary people that are like, okay. Like I can picture people being like, you've established this, we get it, but you don't get it.
But I think your point is that that's how programmed we are.
Yes.
Is that like, we know because we've done this already. Is that like, you're like, yes, this is a good idea. And then you're going to start extrapolating from these ideas and thinking, and then your brain's going to go, well, no. What about me? What about my money? What about my land? What about my house? What about my things? So we want to tell you that like we know where those roadblocks are going to be, and it's not going to be as bad or bad at all. It's not going to be bad like patriarchy wants you to think it is, like capitalism wants you to think it is.
It'll be bad for patriarchy.
It'll be terrible for patriarchy.
But you listener, it will be fantastic.
Yes, it's terrible for patriarchy. It's terrible for the American government.
Yeah.
But that's already on its way out.
I think like a lot of Americans, I read many a blog post and watch many a social media account that shows Americans leaving America and living abroad.
Yeah.
We have to, because we have to have a plan, like in case, right? It's all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Anyways, when you see the amount of Americans that leave America.
Oh, God.
Buy a beautiful, lovely home and work. I'm going to say in a coffee shop. That's not a diss. I mean, we own coffee shops.
It's just a job. It's just a regular job.
And they do a few shifts a week as a barista and live a more comfortable life than they lived here.
Exactly.
It's just like, and that's not even this.
No. I mean,
Do you know what I'm
All
saying?
those
Like,
places still have their own patriarchal problems.
yes. So I'm
Yeah.
saying I'm not even
Right.
I'm not even asking you if you can't fully come here to this belief. If that's too far a leap, just start with that.
Right.
Just watch a few of those and
Yeah.
tell me
Exactly.
otherwise.
Right.
And just look at how they looked when they were here health wise and how they look a year of living like that. And
Yep.
you tell me
Right.
what system
What's
is
better. Right.
Yeah. Okay. So another big philosophy that we've touched on this, but I think it's really important, is telling stories of a different future.
Mm.
So it's not just showing like, do you remember, of course you do, like the sort of like Al Gore era of Save the Planet.
I was going to bring him up in the last episode and I didn't. Yes, I do remember.
Okay. And it was very fear-based.
Well, so I was going to use him as an example. If
Okay.
you listen to the last episode,
So
well, we were saying like that, like all the bros, the tech bros now who are thinking of it, right?
Mhm.
Like even back, I was going to say, even back in the day when we first started hearing about this was from people like Al Gore talking about this.
Yes.
But even he was still working and thinking within the confines of, I mean, he was a politician, of the American government, of the patriarchy and capitalism. So like it wasn't as like, it was still constricted and confined by those systems.
Excellent point.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And like, listen, this isn't any hate towards Al Gore.
No.
I mean, or love. I mean, kind of neutral, to be honest.
Yeah.
But like,
right.
a lot of things have to start somewhere.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think a lot about just in the intuitive world, like how you kind of look back and you're kind of like, it's cringy how it was sort of like being pushed into culture.
Right.
But like, it kind of had to come that way.
Yeah, it has to start somewhere.
We just got to course correct and we got to do better when we figure it out. Like, you got to break through somehow. So it broke through with someone like Al Gore, like a white politician.
Guy, right.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, so that sort of style of it was very much like, if we don't do this, the planet's dead.
Right.
That was all. I mean, there was a lot to it. I don't mean that. But it was like, drive a electric vehicle. And there were like no electric vehicles that anyone could afford. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
I remember like Leonardo DiCaprio got one and everyone was like so happy about it. And I was like, I'm not sure we should celebrate this guy. And then,
well, here we are. Yeah.
I have an alternate theory about him that I would like to tell you when we're not recording, because I don't want to spread gossip about someone that I made up in my head to the world. But yeah,
I'd like to hear it.
Okay. So the importance of going, and I think we've course corrected in the sort of like climate change world, like all of this stuff where we're like, I see stuff all the time, like there's still time to fix it.
Yes.
But like, you were kind of sold the idea that if you don't act now,
it's over.
Yeah, sort of like a order now, or you won't be able to get this.
Supplies last.
Yeah,
I mean, but it's fear-based, which is what patriarchy is. Like everything's fear-based. Do this now or we're all dead, right? Like, that's not how you actually get things to change.
Yes. So I would like for you and I right here to add sort of like our siren call out to the world for artists of any kind.
Yeah. Writers,
any kind.
Yep.
To show and create art that has to do with what this could look like.
Yeah.
Please, 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 please. We need that alongside like the cautionary tales.
Agreed.
Okay. So this movement, it is a philosophy of it, and it is an important one. It's not just me saying like, I think we should do it, because I do think that, but like, it's actually like a key element of this. Okay. The next one breaks people's brains. I saw so many people trying to wrap their head around this, and I think it's very interesting, but it's the idea of sustainable tech.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Imagine if technology could help the planet instead of hurt it. And as soon as you say that, people can't picture it. And I want to understand why that is.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that the answer is like propaganda, but like, how did that work?
I don't know.
How did we think that was the only way we could have technology? How did they trick us? What did they do?
I don't know.
They cast a spell because maybe.
Yeah. I mean, technology. Yeah.
So starting with the idea that you could have, I just want to make it clear, I don't like AI and I don't use AI, okay? But I think there could be a version of it that could be safe.
Mhm.
I don't think it would be AI. I think it would be using that technology in a different way. But do you know what I'm trying to
Yeah.
say? I'm not saying
Yes.
like, oh, cool, we have this technology. It's really problematic.
Right.
So either use it or don't use it.
Yep.
Like, I don't think that's the right answer.
I agree.
I think the right answer is like, well, how could we do it different so that you could have it and help the planet?
Be safe. Right.
And then taking it a step further,
Mhm.
take it out of capitalism. Because listen, rant number 75, buckle up.
Mhm.
AI is only free to get you to rely on it. And then it will suddenly become very expensive. Okay. And it's giving me like the original like baby formula plan. Do you know that story?
No.
I think it was Nestle, but I would have
Oh
to
yeah, they are
double check.
terrible, I bet.
Okay. So they created the first baby formula.
Okay.
And then they packaged it and gave it out free
Oh yes, I did hear
into
this.
a bunch of
Hospitals.
poor communities.
Yep.
And didn't say anything about it, didn't say what would happen, and they knew. So these mothers, their milk dried up and they were feeding their babies formula, and then when the formula ran out, they had no more milk, and
I had to go buy it.
and the amount of babies that died because this community couldn't afford it was like, it'll make you sick. I don't want to misquote it because I don't remember the exact number, but it's gross.
No, thank
I
you.
mean, one would be too many.
Yeah, right.
It's way higher than
That's
one.
terrible.
And they did that on purpose to
Uh-huh.
like get it into the culture and to do this. And so like, guess what, guys? AI is baby formula.
Right.
That's a
Right.
weird quote, but you know what I'm
Yes.
trying to say? That's what they're
Yes.
doing to you.
Right. Well, and also I think like a lot of the problem also comes from just being a responsible person and a responsible human. Like if
Isn't it sad that that's a problem?
like if we weren't so corrupt as a society or so rotted again, if you will,
Perfect word.
like if we weren't so rotted by capitalism and greed, then like a lot and like and even like the really exacerbated forms of that have become like pedophilia, right? Like
Yep.
speaking of the Epstein files, like
Yeah.
like how pervasive pedophilia is like it's fucking jarring and disgusting. But like
It's
all like
in
all the
culture in so many ways that you don't connect,
yeah.
and then you connect, and you're like,
Exactly. Right. And like this is all like that's like the death knell of
"Mm,
I think capitalism in this country, I think, is like the us uncovering this pedophilia
agreed."
is seeing that. And I think that like a lot of the things that technology is used for that are bad and harmful,
Mhm.
like if we just weren't so rotten ourselves,
Yeah.
we wouldn't use it for rotten means.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
I do.
Like we have to also take some personal accountability as humans.
Uh-huh.
We can't just blame the computers.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like
yes.
these computers can and are doing terrible things.
Yes.
They're creating pedophilia. They are burning down the planet. All these things, but like we are also
We're using it.
we're the alive. We're the
Yeah.
sentient humans here. Like we're in charge of it, and we're allowing that to happen.
I mean, have you seen the number of people who go on, is it pronounced grok, and like
Yes.
do use it to like create videos of naked women? Like,
Yes, they like they take the clothes off of women in photos.
yeah.
Yes.
And yeah. Like
Yeah.
have you seen the numbers of that?
Mhm.
Like
It's gross. It's gross.
and that's just such a small
But that's what I mean about,
but
like-
I mean it's like
but
a
like that-
small piece of the puzzle.
But that's the problem. It's like that's humanity's responsibility, and that problem
yeah.
is like we have lost our humanity.
Yeah, and
so
we don't
we're not
put any
using-
consequences
Right.
on that.
So we're just doing like the most egregious shit with it instead of using AI to like build better systems and
Right.
like
If you can
create.
use AI to undress a woman in a photo, I'm pretty sure you can do it to like help people.
100%. Right.
But you've been told that it can only be in this one way.
Right.
You've been told that it's this
Mhm.
sort of like it's really the hallmark of patriarchy,
Mm-hmm.
which is like everything is good or bad or black or white. Like even their gods are God.
Right.
Like, do you know what I mean? And
Right.
the devil. Like that's not human beliefs. That's not human nature.
Right.
That's not what your ancestors believed.
No.
So you can't apply it here too. But even if you go, I'm going to ask you to go a step further. I know we're asking you to take a lot of steps.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you to go even further, and I'm going to ask you to erase capitalism from it. Like we were talking about with renewable energy, where you could have, it would make sense that you would have solar fences and everything would have solar panels on it or whatever. I'm going to ask you to just imagine what it was like if this technology was used for community.
Imagine.
And that nobody made any money off of it.
Imagine.
And then maybe once you got there, you could have someone whose job was to regulate it and they were like paid a fair wage or like whatever. We had like really some of those really smart STEM women on the case, of course. But like, imagine if this technology came out and it was used to better your children's education. It was used to eliminate homelessness. It
Find
was used,
cures for diseases.
Exactly.
Right. Like doctors were using it.
Yes.
Right. Scientists are using it.
I think doctors should be able to use it to like subscribe all their notes and make that part easier for their life. And like, yes.
No, but I mean even like just to cure cancer.
Yes, of course. Of course. Consult it. Yes. But like, this is what I mean. Like, you have to go these steps and go like, wait, what could that look like? And what if that was just benefiting me?
I mean, science and technology should just be a tool. It's not supposed to be like our overlord. Like,
yeah, oh my gosh.
Like, what the fuck?
Our overlord. But it is. So imagine if tech was just something that served the people and it served the planet. And there was nobody that was getting rich off of it. Zero people, except your life.
Right. But
that's possible.
Right, but you mean like your own, like you could use it like for your own personal business to get rich off of it.
Yes.
You mean like the people running the system.
Yes.
Like you're talking about the 1%er, like billionaires, trillionaires who are using it. They're making the money off of us now.
If the tool was free.
Correct.
If the tool helped the planet and helped other people and people kept watch over it.
Yep.
And that was the thing that served the community. And then you could use it safely without stealing from people, without pretending you wrote a book when AI wrote it, like without doing these problematic things, without undressing women with it.
And you still use your brain.
Still you could use it to support you.
Right.
Okay. You could use it to proofread something you wrote or make your email sound a little bit better. All fine.
Right.
But you're still critically thinking, you're still using your mind. And then that would make your life, you listener, your small business or whatever, better and make it, you do less work and make more money. Yes.
Yes.
But that can exist outside of capitalism.
Of course it can. It can only exist outside of capitalism. Well, I would go so far as to say, like,
you're right.
I don't think that can actually exist inside of capitalism because they won't allow it.
Exactly.
So that has to break.
You're right.
But don't just stop here. Like this is where someone would stop. Like it would feel too overwhelming and like this will never happen. Like you just stop, you take a break and you're like, no, this is possible. And this is how they want us to feel. Like they want, like capitalism has been built, this society has been built so that it feels this hard to think of a way out of it.
Yeah.
So you got to slow down, take a deep breath, do some fucking journaling, drink a green fucking smoothie if you want to.
Everybody to journal and drink a green smoothie.
Whatever your like grounding techniques are, right? Like utilize all those tools you have.
Your audiobook. Yes.
Right. Like use those things, calm down, take a break and come back to like getting back in this fight. Like don't just give up and go back to like doom scrolling.
Yes. And to reiterate, your job here is to challenge your own beliefs when they like come up, like when you're like, but how could that be? But what would I have to give my house away? And not just feel ashamed and stop thinking about it. Go and like, quit. Oh, let me challenge that. Oh, let me lean into that. Let me ask some questions. Let me do some research. Let me find out what that could be. Yeah. Or dare I say, use your system the way it was meant to, where your intuition leads you towards it. And when your ego comes up with its concerns, you consider them and use them to create a better path forward. Dare I say.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
All right. So the next point is DIY.
Mm-hmm.
And before you imagine that it's like a weekend warrior making home improvements,
Well, I like that idea.
that's fine. That's part of it. This is much more about going back to things like gardening, like I said. And again, that does not mean you're going back in time and you can't go to the grocery store or
shopping,
to a
right.
restaurant. It
Right.
just means that you would also be growing
add
your
it
own
in,
food.
right.
I love growing my own food,
Mm-hmm.
but the idea of libraries and for more than just books.
Love.
So this is the epitome of matriarchy is what we're going to talk about right here. But when people talk about libraries, they're like, yeah, for books, that's great, you know, and they kind of stop.
There's so many services at a library.
There are.
Right.
But just the idea of a library, just take out books for a minute and just the idea that, all right, we have a bunch of these.
Yep.
And they're all right here in this community. And you go to the one near you and you get what you need. And we write down that you took it on this day and we'd like you to bring it back by this day or there's a very reasonable fine. And then you do, and if for some reason you hurt the thing or destroy it or lose it, you pay to replace it. No big deal. And that's how you would exist. That is very anti-capitalism.
Yeah.
The fact that capitalism has allowed libraries to still exist is beyond me. It's like somehow matriarchy held on to that little piece.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you're seeing now, though, is like with like Trump getting rid of PBS, defunding PBS.
Yeah,
and
they're doing all of this on purpose. Yes.
Libraries are next.
Okay, so let me just, this is going to sound a little bit dorky, but I think that this would help if everyone we could start with this, guys.
What?
In any neighborhood, so whatever that means to you, whether you live in a city or in the country or whatever, just like within a reasonable amount of area, you have a library for tools. Okay. So you've got like saws and leaf blowers, which I don't know much about tools. But you've also got like a certain wrench and you've
drills
got
and
like
hammers
this random
and,
thing that you don't want to go buy because you don't use that all the time, but you need it for this one thing.
Love it.
It's a whole thing of it. And so you go to yours and you sign it out for the amount of time and you use it and then you put it back and you didn't have to buy any tools. I know that's like a dorky one, but I'm trying to say like you could actually just go start that. Like you see those little book libraries everywhere.
Oh, yeah, the free little libraries. Yeah.
I understand that someone would have to manage it. I understand that you're going to start to like challenge all the things, but like these are easily fixed.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of libraries, like I've read books where there are communities like that. Like if you can imagine that while you're reading a book, that's why they don't want you reading books, by the way. It's because you'll get these crazy ideas. But like
and empathy.
If you can read that in a story and buy into it and believe it that it works, then like it can be real.
You go make it.
You just have to make it happen and you got to unwrite all your bullshit around it. But why not?
I mean, you're going to like this. This is for you and for your amusement, but I think it benefits everybody.
Let's hear it.
One of the things that I feel like is very sort of like matriarchal and along these lines, it just needs to be taken like a couple more steps, is like Facebook Marketplace.
I fucking love Marketplace.
But the idea of
I know, you're right.
I don't need this piece of furniture anymore. I'm just going to say furniture. It's not just that, right? I don't need this. Jamie really likes to get furniture on it. She had a traumatic experience recently.
I lost a piece.
Yeah. Okay.
Damn it.
I was going to say, I won't make you bring
it's fine.
It. Okay. So if you like, I don't need this. I need to get rid of it. What am I going to do with it?
Right.
Hey,
throw it in the landfill?
Yeah. And someone else is like, I could really use a piece like that. And it's a way to use technology to match up those two people. And you know what? I'm even fine with a little bit of money being exchanged in the process because it's just to make up for it. Sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't. But like that, and I'm not saying that you would go, okay, well, thanks, Heather. Now I can't ever buy anything new.
Of course you
can.
No,
it's not that black and white. It's just that you could also do that.
I'll tell you, it'll make you feel better that there are websites that have been, sorry, I'm an old person. There are apps.
Websites.
Oh my God. I almost want to make you cut that out, but I'll let you leave it in.
There's a web address you can.
It's on the internet. I have it. It's literally has just started. There's an app that has just been created that's basically like Marketplace that's not on Facebook, which is what I hate about Marketplace.
Because it's on Facebook.
It's on Facebook. Yeah. And you can like search by your community. And in my community, there's like 15 people that are on it. So it's literally just started. But like that's growing. People are feeling the need for that. And that's how you use technology to like to grow the matriarchy and to like build communities through things like that.
Yes. And what you're gonna hear is people, meaning patriarchy,
Let's
say,
see what it's called.
oh, okay, great. So you're telling me I have to only use used furniture? I have to only get stuff on these?
Right.
I can't. What if I want to go buy something at Jordan's Furniture? Sorry, that's like a Massachusetts reference that not everyone will get. But like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
like
A Wayfair, or
Right.
please don't do them either.
know.
Jesus.
oh, God.
It's called Hometown
Hometown
is the
Okay.
app.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So it's like, no, you can also still do that.
hmm
But like what it would look like in a matriarchy is that money wouldn't benefit some billionaire. That money would benefit someone in your community who had done the work to like obtain that and get it and put it out, or
Yeah.
possibly even make it. Like,
Or in the people who worked at those places. It doesn't just have to be like one person shopping with one person. It could be like a small little vendor, or like be something in your
Yes.
community. And guess what? The people that worked for that vendor, they would get paid a livable wage.
imagine that.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I do.
like it's taking from the like 1%ers, the evil overlords.
Yeah.
It's taking from them, yes, but it's also like taking care of everyone around you. Like,
Yes. And the evil overlords, if you took billions and billions of dollars from them, would still have billions and
oh
billions
my
of
God,
dollars.
they'd be
Like,
fine forever.
do you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I'm not asking you to make anyone
Like mathematically,
poor.
they're fine.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you know what? I actually think you should do a lot worse than take some of their money
I
to
agree.
them, to be real
Agreed.
honest with you. But like, if I'm being reasonable right now, I'll say they just have a little less.
Yeah.
A little less.
Yeah. But I mean, like statistically, a lot less of a billionaire is still a shit ton of money.
Exactly.
You're still fine.
Yes. Yes. Don't believe the horror stories of like, oh, but he worked so hard to make that money. No,
First of all, no, he didn't.
No, he didn't. Yeah. Okay. Open source, just the idea of that.
Mhm.
Obviously regulated, because that's going to be
Right.
the thing that people come in. But like,
Yep.
there has to be checks and balances to everything.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Anti-consumerism.
hmm
People have a lot of trouble with that. Listen,
They do.
I like to shop. I've told you
Same.
before, I like to go to TJ Maxx, right? I like to go to Old Navy or to wherever.
Kohl's.
Sure. I think it's a nice dopamine hit. I like to walk around. I like to hunt for a good deal. It brings me joy.
Mhm.
Okay. But you know what I also like? This is a very like elder millennial thing to say. I also am just as jazzed to go to a farmer's market, Jamie.
Oh yeah, same.
It's the same.
Mhm.
If there were,
Yeah, it's the same.
if I could just easily
Vibes.
pop into one,
Yeah.
I would. I love to go to like a little store that somebody's like curated.
Same.
But unfortunately, those people have to charge so much money that I can't go spend as much. But they wouldn't have to.
They wouldn't have to.
If
Exactly.
we shifted the model.
Exactly. Exactly.
And then a return to local shopping, we've said. And
Mhm.
again, that doesn't mean you can't get stuff from other places.
No.
Or from other countries or from far away. It just means that the majority of your
Right.
money would
Right.
go back into your community. And if you can't imagine how that makes sense, I
Right.
don't know how better to explain it.
Yep.
Okay. The next one, I love it. It's social equality. Now, before you're like, oh, love that they threw that in randomly. Let me stop you.
Mm-hmm.
Because I see that when I'm researching this, people
Mhm.
being like, oh, like, I love that they put that in. But the thing is, the only place marginalized communities can exist is in a patriarchal hierarchy. They
Right.
are created in a patriarchal hierarchy.
Correct.
They would not exist without it.
Exactly. There wouldn't be marginalized communities outside of a patriarchy.
So if you had sustainable tech and
Right.
more of a DIY and you use
Right.
renewable energy and
Correct.
you built up communities and you imagine if you just had like a community garden where people who struggled with food or just had a
Mhm.
rough month could go grab some stuff
Mhm.
and maybe you had to work a shift once a month at it for a couple hours. Is that like,
Oh, it's
I mean,
awesome.
just the fact that the reason that none of us can breathe and have such terrible allergies is because they plant way too many male trees and not enough female
True.
trees, because female trees flower and produce fruit and food and shelter and flowers, and like they don't want anyone to take that free, because how can they sell that to you?
Exactly. like, God forbid, an apple just be hanging from a tree that you could just grab it and eat it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Like,
and also like this is going to sound really cheesy, but like when you're talking about the like, you know, so maybe you have to volunteer a shift a month or something like
yeah.
that again is like, that's patriarchal thinking. That's like that hyper individualized thinking of like, this is my time and my life. And like, why do I have to give to this thing? Like, it's cheesy and corny as it sounds. Like that 4-hour shift of yours or whatever would probably be the best of your month.
I would
like,
love
like
to
that's
do that.
that's why people volunteer. That's why people get involved in their communities because like it gives to them.
Somebody over here just started volunteering in a new place.
Well, I mean, I applied. I haven't started, but they did accept me.
Accepted as a volunteer at a cat shelter. So Freya energy of you. I love it.
But that's not and like.
But are you dreading it? Well, you have to do it.
So let me tell you, I was doing the classes that you have to do, like these online classes, and I started to feel that. I started to feel like, well, wait a minute, like.
Why do I have to do that?
Well, what if I have to go? Like, well, and how often do I have to go? Like, what if it's too much? And like that commitment phobia thing of mine.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, maybe it's too much. Like, maybe I shouldn't do this. But then I was like, chill the fuck out. Like, calm down. Like, you get in there, and you're not going to want to go home. Like,
yes.
So like, I had to stop and like rewrite that for myself because I felt that like that hyper individualism like creeping up in my brain and being like, well, no, this is your time, Jamie. It's your weekends. Like, what are you going to do? It's like, no, like,
I'm gonna love
that's when you feel the best is like when you're giving back and you're connecting with the community and you're connecting with people who like the same things as you and want the same things as you.
And you're also applying, because you've been conditioned to,
right,
the patriarchal idea that like you're going to go there and they're going to treat you like a
shit,
lowly
exactly,
employee.
right,
like,
exactly.
They're just going to be so happy that you're there.
Of course.
And so grateful,
right.
And also, imagine if all of this other stuff was happening, you wouldn't have to work so many hours.
Exactly.
And your life wouldn't be so hard. So that to give a couple hours at your local community garden or
wherever,
animal shelter or wherever you decide to do would feel a lot more reasonable. Exactly.
You wouldn't be so tired. You wouldn't be so like drained and.
Yes.
You know?
I do.
But we keep thinking of this new world like through the lens of how life is now.
Exactly.
And that's the problem is that it will be such a drastic change is that we can't really fully comprehend what it's going to look like.
Exactly.
So in good ways.
And that's why we need the artists.
Right. Exactly. So we can start to envision it. We need to see
Write some books about what that
would look
like and let me escape into that world. Because then
I'm going to want it more.
Yeah. And then my own intuition and my own creativity will think of ideas and like.
I love that.
Yes.
Yes. That's a great point.
Yes. So just to reinforce, social equality would naturally, I'm not saying we don't need to fight for it and keep working on it, but I'm saying it would naturally improve if you started doing any of these things.
Yes.
Because it's big. If you don't understand the problem with like fossil fuels and all of these things and its connection to creating marginalized communities.
Correct.
I've got some like weekend Googling for you to do.
Yep. It's a rough ride, but
it's called American History.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
All right. So again, more of what it could look like and let it be weird and let it be wild, but also let your objections come up and like talk about them and listen to people who are talking about them and work around them, use them to inform you of how to do it better.
Right.
Don't stop at them. Don't shame yourself for them. Don't give up because of them.
Right.
Use them.
Yep.
Okay. Now I just want to quickly talk about like what the movement lacks. And again, not as a criticism of the movement. I fucking love the movement. But as a like, hey, if we had more of this, I think we'd get more traction.
Okay.
So the first one is like easily accessible guides to start doing things in this way. I found zero. I looked like, just give me like a little PDF or
bullet
like,
points.
I'll sign up for your email list and you can tell me like, here's 5 ways that you can start incorporating Solarpunk into your life or, like decentering patriarchy or whatever. I couldn't find that.
No, I don't think I've seen that.
Not easily accessible.
No.
Anyways. So more of that. And I'm saying like small steps. Doesn't have to be a giant leap, like never shop at a big corporation again.
Right.
Like, I mean, that'd be great, to be honest with you. But, starting small.
Yeah.
The real understanding that this is a modern version of matriarchy. And I put like a little asterisk next to this because like, I do want you to understand that because it makes you understand what matriarchy is and that's not reverse patriarchy.
Correct.
But I also worry that packaged too much as matriarchy, people will not pay attention.
I agree.
So I'm back and forth on it. But there you go. The STEM people, like, we need this information and these ideas to be like in colleges. And it like, we need the people who are coming into this and like about to come into that world to have access to this.
Right.
And I was like, I couldn't find any like college courses on it. I couldn't find anything like that. So like, they're like, that's, yeah. Okay. And then lastly, being part of kids' lives. Cause I don't know if you know this, but like kids are better than adults. And everything that I could find, like story wise, art wise, was very geared towards adults. And I just think like, imagine if you were reading your kid a book about what this like
that'd be great
Solarpunk life could look like and they could dream about it.
Yeah, love that.
Okay, so those are my thoughts. What would you like to add? I feel like
I think we hit it. Yeah.
Okay, so just start opening up to this, start looking for it. I really do think there is a power to like supporting it on social media and like trying to find it and liking it and looking for it, reading articles about it. Substack's a great place to go find articles. There's no paywall for most everything. Like a lot of artists or writers on there, like it's optional if you'd like to pay them. So if you get a lot of value, do that.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
so matriarchal.
Yes, exactly.
Jeez.
See?
So go find that stuff and then just keep doing the work yourself.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. I think I need a coffee. What do you think?
You do. Yes.
That's my renewable energy for the day.
Hey everyone, Heather and I have an ask for you. If you love this episode or if you love the IGG, can you do us a favor? We need you to go onto whatever platform you listen on and download, subscribe, like, love, whatever it's asking you to do. Can you go do those things for us on the platforms that you listen on? It would mean so much to us.
Thanks for listening to our episode. For a way to get in touch with us, please visit our website, intuitivegirlsguide.com. We love hearing your feedback on our episodes.